With the start of Oktoberfest just days away, local law enforcement is gearing up for one of La Crosse's most hectic times of the year.
News 8's Jenna Traum joins us live in our studio with a look at what's being done to keep the fest running smoothly. Jenna?
Mike and Lisa, Oktoberfest has been less rowdy in recent years than in the past, when cops were worrying about things like tear gassing and hosing down people who were getting a little too enthusiastic. La Crosse police tell me 2 changes in their strategy have helped calm things down, shutting streets down and giving warnings instead of writing everyone tickets. But even with those changes, the huge crowds mixed with alcohol can be a recipe for trouble. For most people, Oktoberfest is a time to let loose and have fun. But for law enforcement, Oktoberfest is a very different experience.
The big issue is when somebody starts having so much fun that they're affecting other people's ability to have fun. Then we've got issues. It's a time when they're constantly towing the line between keeping the peace and being the bad guy. Obviously, there's a lot of alcohol consumption that goes on with the Oktoberfest, so that's not a big secret. But our officers give a lot of warnings, okay? So what we ask is when an officer comes up and gives somebody a warning for either public consumption or disruptive behavior, and they come up and ask people to settle down or to dump out their drink and throw away the bottle, we just ask that people comply. Police are collaborating with Oktoberfest, Tri-State, local universities, and many other organizations as part of a community-wide effort to keep Oktoberfest safe and fun. Some of the biggest dangers revolve around drinking. The executive director of Oktoberfest says underage drinking is one of their biggest concerns at the fest grounds.
We just always try to make sure that we have a lot of wristbanding happening and ID checks. Last year they had turned in quite a few underage IDs, so I know that they're doing their job, which is very reassuring to me.
She says they also make sure their bartenders get plenty of training.
We actually ask that they attend a training class where they're, discuss some do's and don'ts. Obviously, we don't allow drinking when they're doing that. They're not allowed to, overserve anybody. If they have any questions or concerns, they can talk to a supervisor that's always on staff during their shift. We just kind of want to make them, well aware. Safety things like don't wear open-toed shoes, little things like that.
The city has a history of problems with river safety. This year, extra police officers and River Watch volunteers will be patrolling here at Riverside Park. The river's not a safe area to be at that time of the night, especially if people have been drinking. So that is the biggest concern, is the combination of people drinking, being disoriented, walking down into an area where they shouldn't be. So when it comes to security, the most important thing is finding the balance between safety and the fun that will keep more than 100,000 people coming back every year. One of the safety precautions continuing this year is the 3rd Street Aid Station. You can go there to charge your cell phone, find out where and when the cabs run, and even get medical attention from Tri-State Ambulance. You'll find it on the corner of 3rd and Pearl in the subway parking lot.